12 colors.
All right. So how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tacked Out Podcast. Today we got a few special guests. Got John in here with me, and then we got Keith with 51Fifty. And we're just going to kind of go over the whole 51Fifty. It's a new rifle that we're carrying. John met Keith at SHOT Show. So Keith, just kind of tell us a little bit about the gun.
I got frustrated out of lack of options in the industry as far as versatility with all the custom guns we're building, and wanted to create something out of that frustration that was, actually evolved. The platform hasn't moved or changed since 1956, and some people make it look cool, but that's about it. You added some machining to it to make it look different than someone else's, but functionality, quality of fit, finish, and function hasn't changed. So that's kind of how we went about it. First thing I did was start talking to active and prior service military as well as law enforcement and ask them what their biggest grievance, issue, failure is with the AR platform. Overwhelming, high 90 percentile said, pivot pin takedown fitting system.
Yeah.
In fact, the show where I met John at, SHOT Show, many, including many who were wounded, disabled veterans came through, and a couple moved almost to tears, saying if they had our system that we had designed, they may not be disabled or less lives would have been lost because of the ease of opening the gun to clear a jam, clear a function, the ease of being able to swap out, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And so this gun was born out of that. But furthermore, what a lot of people don't take into account is a lot of these law enforcement and veterans who come back from service, they end up having hand and dexterity issues. And it's something they're not proud of. It's not something they want to talk about, understandably so. And they no longer feel comfortable operating the platform or a similar platform that they had in their hands while they were serving, because they need a tool or whatever to deal with the takedown pivot pin system. So our partner, David at Optimum Parts, who is our direct business partner, machines everything, does the engineering of every crazy thing I design. We worked for 2 years on the engineering to make this happen.
Wow. It's pretty sweet just to flip that pen over and you can just pull that whole upper off and you can throw a whole nother upper on if you want it in just seconds.
Correct. Yeah.
It was, we went to SHOT Show, and this was the booth that by far blew us away, Laura and I both, that just the innovations and, the things that are coming, with this platform are just really exciting. We came back, and this was one of the first things we said, we are going to carry this product in our shop.
And I fondly remember meeting y'all, and we are excited to have you on board and have you in our family. And we do view things a little different. I jokingly tell people my wife's and my goal is to break the current mold of the firearms industry. It doesn't have to be, screw you if you're not carrying my product. No, we should all be helping each other. We're all in the same industry, and there's plenty of everything to go around for everybody.
Absolutely.
We need people buying the $600, $800,000 mil-spec ARs, because that buyer needs to buy that to realize down the line, hey, I want to move up to something that's tighter fitting, that's flatter shooting, that's more accurate. But if they don't buy that $600,000-$800,000 AR, how are they really going to appreciate what they're buying for $1,800 or $2,000?
Exactly. I mean, you pick this gun up, and it just right from the bat feels tighter and more solid. And lighter. It's just a really unique and solid platform. I mean, we're really thrilled to have this.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. The lower receiver by itself, Bear, I don't know if you've had a chance to put on scale, comes in right at about 7 ounces.
Wow.
The total gun comes in at right at 6 pounds. I've actually taken out a couple of 3-gun shooters out on the range recently, who are sponsored, very competent 3-gunners in the 3-gun world, and are off the shelf. We call it the benchmark, because this is the benchmark. This is where you start, and you can actually evolve it or build it up from here, from what, just the standard configuration. I already have a better barrel, better trigger, better bolt carrier than most. And then you can upgrade from there if you want to. You don't need to, though. And I've taken a couple, I think 2 or 3 gunners out to the range, and they said our standard configuration, our benchmark configuration, shoots flatter and is lighter with less felt recoil than their competition rigs they're currently competing with.
Wow. That says something.
That said, it's also louder because my muzzle brake is kind of loud.
We have a 7.5-inch M16 that we take out the range, and that thing, this is going to be nowhere near as loud as that thing. It's obnoxious, and it runs people off the range. So we haven't taken this out and shot yet, but we are super excited to do it.
I will tell you, I talked to a range here. I'm based in Texas, and I was in East Texas talking to a range. And they're like, yeah, it's another AR. I said, here you go. I see you got mags in your pockets. Go shoot it. They're like, no. I said, go shoot it. And a bunch of like the younger guys working the range, like, yeah, let's go. Like 3 or 4 of them. And I'm talking to the range GM. I said, wait for it. You'll know when mine's being shot. And we were probably 50 yards through ballistic glass away from the indoor range. And she heard boom. And she I looked at her and go, that's mine.
That's funny.
And every one of them came back. They're like, dude, that thing, your dot doesn't leave the target, but holy crap, it's loud.
Yeah.
So, the upside to our system is the gun locks together better and tighter. So you're better controlling the inertia. So think of it this way. If you're driving a car down the road and something's loose, it doesn't perform well, it doesn't drive well, it doesn't get good fuel economy, so on and so forth, right? Well, the same is true with a gun. You want to control that inertia the way you want it should be controlled. Our muzzle brake evenly disperses in an X pattern all the gases. So if you have a gun that's loose and you evenly disperse the gases, you're going to feel more. Your target, you're going to come off your target and you're going to feel more on your shoulder. Mm-hmm. My gun, there's none, or damn near none.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm excited to definitely get it out and shoot it and try it out. I feel like this is so do you like the new pattern that we got? We're calling this the Table Rock crossover. It's this is the first gun that we've put it on so far, and so this was kind of our test subject.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want you guys to do one in that pattern for me for SHOT Show for 2023.
Yeah, well, we were even talking about just even maybe taking this one, and we could send this one into SHOT Show, or unless you wanted to do if you got another thing in mind. But yeah. Well,
I mean, we're toying with the idea, which I talked to Laura and John about, and that's we're toying with the idea of doing a little code off with any of our dealers who do coding in house, and it's going to work like Jeopardy. Just loose idea right now, and there'll be categories such as 80s, 90s movies, 80s, 90s rock bands or music, and 80s, 90s cartoons. And then you'll choose a category. We'll draw something out of it, and you will have to coat a gun that we supply you for our booth. And then the winner, whatever shop wins, based on how the online judging and judging at SHOT Show goes, actually gets that rifle for their shop to do whatever they want.
Nice.
What are the other shops going to get?
We haven't decided yet. We're still we're 6 months out, so we're technically in SHOT Show crunch time, but we haven't laid out everything yet. I'm actually in Massachusetts with our business partner right now. Yeah. That's one of the conversations we're having. First, second, third tries, whatever. But we're going to lay something out. It'll be beneficial for all of our dealers who participate, and it should just be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is, our whole business model is about driving business back to y'all.
Absolutely.
I can't do this without you guys, and so we want to do everything we can to drive awareness to your business, to your company, to everything you guys do and stand for. So obviously, each coded gun can be tagged in any SHOT Show post, any social media post,
nice.
Any live we do, so on and so forth. Because again, we want to help you succeed. I don't succeed if you don't succeed, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I was just curious what the other shops that came in behind us were going to get. So,
well, So first place gets their gun free of charge for them to do what they decide with, and then I'll probably work out some sort of escalating or de-escalating tier of something or another. Maybe they get the chassis, so they'll get the hand guard, upper, lower, and buttstock and grip that they coated, and the rest of the parts they're on their own, or I don't know. We're still going to work. We're going to work that out, but it'll be worthwhile. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So would you be against like lasering on it? Since if it would be like something
Nope.
that you could, anything goes.
Anything goes.
Oh, yeah.
When I send you a gun, if whatever you guys get though as your category, I don't care. Paint, laser, stencil, hand paint, chalk drawing. I don't care.
Oh, you have no idea. Andrew's a mad scientist, so I'm sure the wheel's already spinning.
We got to wait. Figure out what you want, or figure out your category first.
I've got some demented ideas of things I want to pull off already in my head.
Yep.
That my wife has put the brakes on some of them. She's part owner of the company. I can't tell her no.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the metal damatanium, which is titanium Damascus,
mm-hmm.
I want to cut a complete AR out of titanium Damascus.
That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah, but I also looked into it. It's a single AR would cost us about $20,000.
I was going to say that won't be cheap.
No, I've already got the price on the billet. So, because what I really want to do is because there's Makune Damascus, titanium Damascus, and then obviously traditional Damascus, and I literally want to cut a PCC, an AR-15, and AR-10. Each one would be a different Damascus, and then put them in a pseudo katana rack.
Mm-hmm.
Which
cool.
that would end up, I would end up selling it or giving it to a charity to auction off for a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's something that's near and dear to us is our charities, which we support at least half a dozen different charities, military and law enforcement.
That's awesome.
Well, what more
I see you drinking a beer there. I'm enjoying one as well.
Absolutely, it's Friday afternoon. You want to take a look at the Facebook video that Whitmore did for us?
Absolutely, bring it up. Let's do this.
Hopefully, he's not sleeping.
Yeah, we've got it put right in the middle for everybody to come. Everybody that comes in, we walk them over there and we're like, check this thing out.
Yep.
I like the color fill, by the way, on the all the engraving detail. That is awesome.
That was all Andrew.
It was a lot of fun.
It's funny because our company colors are red, black, and white. So seeing the wolf head in red there, that looks awesome.
Yeah. We I noticed that, so that's why we kind of went with the red on all the color fill, and then it was a fun project. I had a lot of fun with it. It took me just a little over a day to get it all done.
Yeah, you guys knocked it out of the park. You're going to have to send me some good high-res pictures of that so we can blast it all over social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Andrew even did on the pistol grip, he did the 2 side panels in brown and the 2 front and rear in green. I mean, he put a lot of detail into this one.
Our traditional pattern for Table Rock with honeycombs, and there's a few little spots, if you kind of look throughout the rifle, there's like some honeycombs kind of ghosted in there a little bit, kind of hidden in a few different areas, just because that was our traditional. So I just kind of wanted to kind of bring it back with this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it ended up.
I really like it.
It ended up with 12 colors on it, so that's a few more than our norm.
Yeah. They're not all super noticeable, but once you get real close, you get like little fades of blue. There's a few different shades of green, a couple different tans and browns, and then
a couple of custom colors mixed up. So,
something I really like about looking at this paint job is something when we do our themed rifles or whatever, when we go over the top on something, is little Easter eggs. We don't want someone to find everything all at once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that you got to pay attention to the detail and really look for it.
Yep. Yeah. Once you get, 80, 90 stencil pieces on here and you start spraying over it, you're like, well, I don't really know what this is going to look like. But then you start peeling it and you're like, oh my God, this thing's incredible. It's way above what we, had even hoped it was going to turn out like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we're super happy with it.
You guys going to go shoot it this weekend, right?
Hopefully.
That's the plan. We got a new range.
I can tell you my demo gun that I take dealers is over 2,000 rounds through it without a hiccup.
Nice.
That'd be nice.
So, and we beat the crap out of that thing. And I have a 10.5-inch that I carry around SBR that's mine, my personal, because it's serial number 007.
Nice.
So that one's already been painted multiple times. It's gone from a 16-inch to a 12.5-inch to a 10.5. It's been 4 different colors. I'm getting ready to paint it again. Cool. Hell, I might break it down and send to y'all to have you guys do something crazy for me.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you give us some colors and give us some free reign, and we'll do something really cool to it.
Yep.
So, what do y'all think of of our trigger selection?
Oh, the trigger on this thing is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super crisp. I thought it was really good. The reset on it's like right there. It seems like it's going to be really
3.5 pound.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 3.5 pound full, but it's a very crisp, short 3.5 pounds, which is what I like.
Yeah, even the people that have come in and we've shown it to them and everything, we're like, this is a competition rifle. This is not a throw it in your truck and beat it around. I mean, you could, but this is a high-end sports car rifle, and you get every penny of what you pay for.
This rifle, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, and be biased, but I do have 3 sponsored shooters, and they have had other sponsored shooters, right? Sponsored by major name rifle companies shoot our rifle platform, and say that it outshoots and outperforms guns that cost more than it, or are in the same price point. And the one thing I can say that I'm really proud of is 100%, including the hard case that comes with the gun, is American made. There's not a single part of this gun that comes from a foreign country.
I like it that much better.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yep. We're all about American made. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
That's me. I had a phone call in the middle.
Hey, life moves on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Do you guys have any questions for me on how rack works or anything about the gun itself or development of it?
No, I mean, in all honesty, even tearing this thing down to coat it and everything was super easy. You talked earlier about how some, these other manufacturers, and they're good guns, but they, some of the stuff they do is more gimmicky and cosmetic. This thing was nice and clean and tight, broke down really easy, went back together really easy. I mean, I was really, really happy with it.
Yeah, so I do believe in giving credit where it's due. Part of that stems from my wife. She assembled her first mil-spec and only mil-spec rifle. It's been 2 years now, and a year and a half. And she literally left the room cursing, saying, "What dumb SOB decided this is what you need?" No, we need to make this simpler. So part of the other thing was, people get turned off on firearms for a multitude of reasons. They're afraid, obviously, of the sound, of the function, the perceived recoil, but also how they go together. So servicing, maintaining, so on and so forth. And we wanted to take as much of that out of the equation as possible so that you could just get down to the root of enjoying shooting.
Yeah, even like your normal mil spec AR, the triggers, multiple pieces and things like this. This is all modular, slides right out, clean it up, slide it right back in. Just a really well thought out design on this, and we're definitely looking forward to selling a bunch of these.
I hope you do, and y'all are going to really like what we got coming down the pipeline in the very, very near future. That's awesome. About all I can tell you.
Awesome. We like surprises.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to go to SHOT Show this year to check them out.
Yeah, we're going to haul the crew to SHOT Show this January.
Okay. Well, if you guys want, I'm going to go ahead and extend the invitation. If you guys would like to do a live podcast from our booth at SHOT Show, you are more than welcome to.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, that'd be amazing. Yeah.
He's got to get permission from me though first.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's my business partner, David. He hasn't seen the gun yet. If you guys put it back up on the screen.
Hey, Whit, can you put the gun back up there real quick? Probably just taking him a second.
Is he in there?
Yeah, I don't know if he's in there or not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't see it on here yet. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it should be on there now.
It is.
Oh, damn.
So did we get the open invitation?
How many colors is that?
12.
Yep. So they want to know if they got the open invitation now too.
Yeah, you got the open invitation. It was there anyway.
Hey guys, don't worry. We're gonna be getting you guys the scope mounts next that are hands down the best scope mount. Period. In the sentence you can put on a rifle.
Nice.
That our business partner David, who was just talking to you through my earbud, designed. Literally, your scope, if it goes out of 0, it's because you beat the crap out of it with a sledgehammer.
Oh wow!
You can drop this thing out of a 2 or 3 story window. You ain't losing 0.
Not going away, boys.
Yep. Oh, and it also has a deployable level to make sure that you can level it up before you send it.
Oh wow!
Incorporated into it.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
The way that it bites. Yeah. So the way that it bites the castellations of the Picatinny rail, it bites up and down, side to side, and front to back. You literally, when you break it loose, so when you break it loose, you actually have to take back the screws out, and you have to hit the screws to make it stop biting the Picatinny.
Yeah.
And the same thing for the backup side.
Like
and those are available in AR cantilever, 30, 34, and 35 millimeter. And then if you do a standard fixed scope mount, you obviously same 30, 34, 35. We have 0 all the way up to 40 MOA.
Wow,
that's impressive.
Yeah, so he's got. I think we've got 2 or 3 people competing in 1 and 2 mile shoots with these scope mounts.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
I'm 51. I can't even see that far anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So, but by signing the dealer agreement with us for 51Fifty, you already have access to these scope mounts and iron sights.
Oh, awesome.
The cool thing also about them, you don't need a tool to adjust the front post of the iron sight. It's actually a thumb screw to raise it up and down. The back, obviously, you can go from 2 different peepholes, but also you can flip all the way over to kind of have a semi-open sight with the front post.
Huh.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. Definitely everything that you guys have is just really, really well thought out. we've told everybody that we've talked to about SHOT Show. It just, the conversation always comes back around to you guys. We had our share of, you walk into a booth and, you're not, I guess, big enough for them. And, you kind of get the cold shoulder. You guys were just really awesome and welcoming, and you've kept in contact with us. We haven't had that from a lot of people. And we've just been excited since SHOT Show to do business with you guys.
But and that goes back to what I said about the tongue-in-cheek kind of breaking or remolding the industry, which my wife's like, you can't make other people in the industry think or do business the way we do. I was like, then fine. They don't have to. Mm-hmm. But the industry doesn't have to keep going the way it does, where you shun someone because, you're beneath me. Mm-hmm. No.
Absolutely.
No. I'm sorry. The big guys, unfortunately, have forgotten at one point they weren't the big guys.
Yeah.
I spent 19 years of my life helping run large finance departments for car dealerships. And I never, ever forgot, no matter how far up in management I went, being the little guy who started as a car salesman answering an ad in the freaking newspaper. I know that's dating me because I said newspaper. but and that's something my father told me. My family is the oldest family in the printing industry, or were in California. My family started in printing in 1938 in Northern California. I'm third generation. I was running a printing press by the time I was 12. I was working in the shop at 8. I've been working my whole life. I'm 46 and I've already had 2 20-year careers. Yeah. You do the math. But and that's something my dad taught me is you don't forget where you came from. You also don't forget the people who helped you get where you're going or where you are. Mm-hmm. And that's something that we will never, ever do at 51Fifty. But also, would I love to be rich? Absolutely. That said, what's more important to my wife and I is we never served. So the way that we serve is giving back to the charities that matter to us. So Extreme Couture GI Foundation, which is Randy Couture's charity. He was in our booth at SHOT. The United Military Care of Georgia, they help get homeless vets off the street and keep them off the street. The National Fallen Officers Foundation and Texas Fallen Officers Foundation that take care of the spouses and children of officers killed in the line of duty. Veteran Outdoors takes veterans to try and get them re-engaged with the community in the world, takes them on their dream outdoor experience. These are things that are important to us that we want to be able to give more back to.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing. A huge part of our business model.
Have you talked to Sarah Albrecht at Hold My Guns?
I've had a few people talk to me about Hold My Guns. Being a manufacturer, I don't know how much I would fit into Hold My Guns. We've recently become affiliated with the DC Project, another great organization. Actually, we were just at their team match here Father's Day weekend, which unfortunately was not a good experience for me because the left index fingertip was amputated at the event. So I was supposed to shoot my first 3-gun match, and instead I ended up in surgery. But other than that, it was a fun place and a lot of great people.
We heard about that, and I went, "Oh my God, was it a firearms accident?" No, a Yeti. I went, "Oh, God."
Nope.
It wasn't even.
It was not Yeti.
Oh,
it wasn't a Yeti. I'm not allowed to say what brand it was, but it was absolutely not a Yeti. Well, if it was a Yeti, a Magellan, or an Arctic, it wouldn't have been able to happen. And that's all I can say about that.
Well, thank God.
All I can say is, one of my favorite bands is Five Finger Death Punch, and so people who are close to us and work with us are calling me 4 3/4 Death Punch.
Oh, gosh.
That's funny.
At least you can laugh about it, man.
Hey, I told the nurse that came in to wrap me up in the emergency room, because it was 3 days later I had to have surgery. While we were in Missouri for this event, she's like, "Do you mind if I ask what happened?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I said, "I was picking my nose and I sneezed," and the look on her face. And my buddy Steve, who took me to the emergency room, turns and snickers. He's like, "Oh my God!" And the nurse who knew what happened turned away. And I looked at her, and she's like, got this stunned look. And I looked at her, I said, could you imagine if I'd farted?
Lost the whole arm.
Yeah, I think I might have traumatized her beyond what she already had to wrap up.
She needed to toughen up anyway. She's a nurse.
Yeah, exactly.
As the husband.
And if you can't laugh at your own injuries, what the fuck can you laugh? Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. We don't care.
Yeah. What can you laugh at?
Absolutely. Oh, was there anything else you want to tell everybody about it, or anything you want to ask him?
If you guys haven't gone to Branson Cerakote, seen the amazing work they did, well, shame on you. Furthermore, if you've been gone to Branson Cerakote and checked out what the amazing work they did on our rifle that most people can afford, and it is the rifle you want, whether it's hunting, target practice, or defending your family, I guarantee you my gun will not let you down. That is why we build it. This is why we do what we do. You want the best, most reliable, flattest shooting gun you can buy. You will not be disappointed.
I do have one question, I guess. What made you come up with the name 51Fifty? What is that?
I always get it. At least once. Okay, so I am born, raised, and escaped from Northern California. A California penal code is 5150. That is a penal code for a 72-hour psychiatric hold, which has become slang for crazy. So we got into this industry building really crazy, over-the-top one-off rifles for charities. And it just seemed like the right thing. Like Dirk Bentley's 5150, Van Halen 5150. It all just refers to, it's slang for crazy. Which at this point, I think I'm crazy at almost 50 years old to launch a brand new firearms company and lead a career of 20 years. But I hated what I did. I was good at it, but I didn't like it. I believe in my product. I put it all on the line. My wife and I, 2 years of our lives gone into the development of this, along with our business partner, David. And I can without a doubt unequivocally say, if you shoot my gun, you'll want to buy it. If you need something to defend your family or put food on the table, my rifle is the one for you.
Absolutely.
5150. It also goes to the fact that we're going to keep making crazy things and keep pushing the lines on what people have thought or think a firearm is or should be or was or whatever, and what it's going to be. It's a very much an embodiment of I literally wake up at 3 a.m, and so does our partner, David. He's in Massachusetts, I'm in Texas. And I literally wake up, we're an hour time zone difference, and there'll be a race who calls each other to go, oh my God. And, we've got the next 3 or 4 generations of rifle already designed or in process and talking and discussion about what we're going to do.
Nice.
And some of what we're going to do is going to piss a lot of people off in the industry, which tells me I'm on the right path.
Absolutely.
And that's just on rifles. That doesn't include other platforms we're talking about in the firearms industry.
Plan on getting outside of just the AR platform?
Absolutely. And we plan to do things within the AR platform that no one has thought of or would think is possible. Dave and I have a fantastic dynamic. We met in 2018 in my very first SHOT Show. And if I call him, I'm like, hey, I got an idea. And if I tell him the idea and he goes, nope, then I know it's not possible.
There you go.
If I call him and I tell him I got an idea and he goes, fuck, that means it's possible. But no, we're going to push the lines and we're going to push the envelope beyond what anybody's done. A lot of people, unfortunately, in the industry go, I'm going to change this little tiny thing, and everybody goes, oh my God, that's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Whereas we jumped to the industry and we said, nope, we're going to take an inch out of the magwell. We're going to get rid of pins, detents, and springs and all this crap holding a gun together that make it actually loose and wobble like a 50-year-old car that hasn't been maintained.
Yep.
And we're going to make it lighter and shoot flatter and all American made. And include a hard case and do all this stuff that literally everybody told me we couldn't do.
Yeah.
And you guys have the proof in your shop that they were wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely going to get this thing out to the range soon and get some video of it, and we'll get that up on our YouTube channel. But I can't wait to shoot this thing.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
Well, I'm looking forward to you guys' phone calls and honest input. And even if you're calling them to MF me, do it.
We may do that anyway, just
for
the heck of it.
Yeah. Seriously, because the only way I can get better, and the reason we called the platform Evolve is because, one, it's the first major evolution since Eugene Stoner in 1956.
Mm-hmm.
The two, we want it to continue to evolve. And we genuinely I want negative feedback. I want objective feedback.
Absolutely.
Because if I can make it even better, which there's already things that while I'm here in Massachusetts, we're going to be doing some tweaks and stuff that 30 days from now are going to even improve upon what you have sitting in front of you.
Nice.
And you're going to go, and you're not going to believe what we already have coming up. I mean, the fact that that's the first standard AR on the market that has full-length arc rail, and most people don't know the slats on the side with the tapped holes. That's integral 45-degree red dot mounting.
Mm-hmm.
That 45-degree red dot mounting is center of bore, and actually we took the pupil measurements. We're going to be cutting hopefully Monday some risers, all the standard 3 or 4 most common patterns for red dots. But when you roll that thing to 45 degrees, it's going to hit your pupil at the same point as if you mounted that red dot to the top Picatinny rail of the AR. So you're not trying to refocus or retrain your eye to find the dot. It's already going to be hitting your eye at the proper point.
Wow. We're definitely
we have almost as much engineering. Yeah, we have almost as much engineering in that handguard as we do in the whole rack system.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. I've never seen one quite like it, so it's definitely some cool stuff.
So, but if you guys ever have a question or critique, positive or negative, I'm not afraid. Bring it on.
Absolutely. Well, you've been very receptive to anything that, any phone calls or questions or anything we've done, and that we've shot your way, and we're going to keep that relationship going. So we definitely appreciate you being on today, and we'll have you on again once the next thing rolls out. So
absolutely, and if you guys open invitation, I've told Laura that if you guys want to have a manufacturer's day, we'll roll out with our new beast. Just bought a giant excursion, and it's being wrapped up and turned into a rolling showroom. We'll bring a handful of different sized and calibered weapons out, and we can do a full you at the store or at the range, and a full demo day. Arrange for your closest 20 or 200 people, closest friends to come out, and we'll bring the party and let everybody get hands-on experience. Absolutely. And first-hand education on the product.
We will definitely take you up on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. That about podcast. Everybody back here Friday. Take it easy, Keith.
All right. Have a good night, man.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye.